good morning to all. Respected dignitaries, speakers, delegates, and family members. A very warm welcome to each one of you to day 2 of this 2-day National Residential Program, ESG Summit 2025, Empowering Enterprises for a Sustainable Future, organized by SSB of ICMAI and Cochin chapter. I hope you had a relaxing and enjoyable evening yesterday and a refreshing start today here at Vagamon Hills. The nature walk and sapling planting this morning was not just an activity, but a gentle reminder, like our speakers mentioned yesterday, ESG is not only about frameworks and reports. It is also about intent, action, and responsibility. By walking amidst nature and planting saplings together, we symbolically reaffirmed our collective commitment towards sustainability, climate responsibility, and intergenerational equity. As we step into today's sessions, it is worth reflecting on the rich deliberations from yesterday. The insightful keynote address by Sri Mohammad Hanish IAS, Principal Secretary Industries, Government of Kerala, who gave us a compelling perspective on Kerala's ESG vision and policy framework. His address clearly highlighted how public policy can harmonize economic development with environmental protection and social inclusion, setting a strong foundation for ESG-driven governance. Our first technical session by Sri Jadesh Chandra of Cochin Shipyard Limited showcased how sustainability is being embedded into real-world industrial operations. The CSL experience demonstrated that green technologies, energy-efficient vessels, and responsible maritime practices are not future aspirations but present-day realities, offering a powerful industry blueprint for sustainable transformation. These sessions helped us understand why ESG matters from the perspectives of policy, governance, and industry leadership. With that note, let us start for the day.
Building on this strong foundation, we now move from why ESG is essential to how ESG is measured, validated, and trusted. The focus for today's first technical session is on the credibility, data integrity, and assurance. Transparent and reliable ESG reporting is no longer optional. It is central to stakeholder confidence and long-term value creation. ESG reporting, assurance, and data integrity is a session that will explore evolving global standards, assurance mechanisms, and best practices in ESG reporting, while addressing key challenges related to data collection, validation, and comparability. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker for this session, Sri M. Ramamohan Rao. Sri M. Ramamohan Rao is a seasoned sustainability professional, lead auditor, and tutor with over 3 decades of professional experience and has over 10,000 days of audit experience. He currently serves as the head Climate and Carbon Sustainability Services South Asia region at Bureau Veritas India Private Limited, overseeing sustainability initiatives across India, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. He is a lead auditor and certified professional for a wide range of international standards and is also a CSRD practitioner, ACSAP qualified assessor, and responsible steel qualified assessor. He has conducted assessments, audits, and training programs for numerous reputed organizations across manufacturing, infrastructure, sustainability assessments, and third-party inspections. His areas of expertise include climate and carbon management, ESG reporting, green finance, zero waste to landfill, and sustainability assurance. Academically, Sri M. Ramamohan Rao holds a degree in mechanical engineering from Nagarjuna University, along with advanced qualifications in quality assurance, management systems, statistical techniques, life cycle costing, and management from premier institutions, including IGNOU, ISI, and NISIET. He also serves as a technical reviewer for sustainability and ESG reports within the South Asia region, bringing deep insight into both compliance and practical implementation. We are truly honored to have such a distinguished expert with us today. I request CMA A. Selvam, Secretary, Madurai Chapter and past Chairperson of Cochin Chapter, to welcome our esteemed speaker with a sapling. Please join me in warmly welcoming Sir as he shares his insights on strengthening ESG reporting, assurance and data integrity.
Can you able to hear me? Okay. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. I hope you have all breakfast. Okay. Good. Respected Sri APM Muhammad Hanish Garu, IAS Principal Secretary, Government of Kerala. Dr. Murthy, Central Council Member, Ex-Chairperson, Sustainable Standards Board, ICMAI. Ms. Ranjani, Chairperson, Cochin Chapter. Mr. Vijay Kiran Agastya, Chairperson, SIRC. Mr. CMR Praveen Kumar, PD Committee, Chairperson, SIRC. Mr. George P. Matthew, Vice Chairperson. And Mr. Arun Kumar, Secretary. And Mr. Venkateswaran from SEBI and distinguished speaker today and yesterday also, who are the people joined for coming for this program, and other ICMAI members and who are the people came from other chapters of ICMAI and all, and at the same time all the delegates who are the people came from the different places along with the families. Good morning once again to all of you. Okay, so it is the first program maybe I am looking from my side that the session is going along with the families. Okay, and that is one of the good initiative maybe thanks to ICMAI for conducting this type of wonderful program here. And first of all, my sincere gratitude to ICMAI and also Mr. Venkateswaran from SEBI for giving this wonderful opportunity to be part of the session today, whatever the session I am taking on the ESG reporting, assurance and integrity. You are part of your theme called Empowering Enterprises for a Sustainable Future. When the invitation came to me first, my first impression I am very much impressed with your theme. Okay. Today the theme is very much linked to different management system standards also. So like ISO 9001 or maybe any management system standards are framed on some principles. Okay. In that, one of the principle is mainly talks about the empowerment. Okay. So when the empowerment is there, so nicely they have been mentioned that empowering enterprises for a sustainable future. Anyone have idea what is empowerment? What is empowerment? Okay, let me come to dais. I think for me, what is empowerment? Anyone from the team? Capacity building. Okay. Anyone? Go from nothing to something. Okay, let me. Someone from this. Sorry?
Power emerged from awareness to deal with something.
Power emerged to deal with awareness. Okay. Anyone from last? Ability to do by self. Okay. Anyone from this?
Give just food, eat a person, fish.
Okay. Somebody told something. Giving authority. Okay. So empowerment is something like that. You have to give a authority. Okay. Authority to the people and see that you please go and perform. You don't worry, we'll take care of. But at the same time, giving up empowerment and again behind those people, that is not the empowerment. Okay. Means whenever you are giving the empowerment to the people, what are the minimum requirements required to give a person to empowerment? Huh? Resources are required. Sorry, ma'am. Full delegation, madam. Authority and responsibility. Okay. One is like the team has been mentioned. Empowerment means, okay, I am giving empowerment, you please go and do all the activities, but I will not give any resources and everything, authority and all. But for everything, you have to come to me. You have to come and discuss with me. You have to take my signature and all these things, okay? But at the same time, one point everyone has to remember here is, whenever you are giving the empowerment, the other person also you have to see from your side that what is the knowledge that person is having, what type of skills he is going to be exercised when we, whatever the work we will be going to give it to him. And at the same time, the authority also to be given for taking the decisions from his side, okay? So that is called the empowerment. So here we are talking about empowering enterprises. So we are giving the authority and to the organization that yes, sustainability become a future. So we are giving the empowerment through knowledge by enhancing the skills and everything, and also respectable authority and everything, then you can move forward. So this is one of the platform I can say that maybe my interpretation with respect to this one is, when we are giving this authority and everything, and whatever the knowledge today is transforming from this organization, whatever the things they are conducting, if it is going there, definitely the organizations will be going to be taken it up further. So that is one of the thing, good initiatives. And at the same time, I have to say thanks to Ms. Ranjani, Mr. George and Mr. Arun and all admin team and all for making nice facilities and everything, and your hospitality and support extended for this session. And also, one thing I have been observed, okay, yesterday's I am just observing this session, how this session is happening and all the things. There are two things. One is anything you want to implement in a more effective manner. One is we require a commitment from the management, and at the same time the team has to support in the same fashion. That commitment I can able to see yesterday, whoever the dignitaries have been discussed, start from our Muhammad Anis sir, that is for the commitment as, what is the commitment about the sustainability by the Kerala government, that we can able to see through the policy and as well as whatever the roadmap and everything. And the same way Dr. Murthy Garu, sir is like a Bhishma Pitamaha in the different subjects. It is always a challenge for me. When the yesterday session was happened, it was I am thinking it is a great challenging session to me to talk in front of the people like you, okay? And at the same time, Mr. Agastya also nicely given a definition about the what is the sustainability and everything in a lighter way, because today it is difficult to give a big lecture, people cannot understand, okay? Whenever I am giving the definition for the sustainability, just extension to what Mr. Agastya told yesterday. So today, maybe in the earlier years, we will always see that what my father or parents have given to us. Okay, he has given how much land, he has given how much gold or whatever it is there. But over a period of time, if you can go there, if you are not going to take care of this environment and everything, tomorrow our grandsons or maybe their sons and all, they says that my fathers or forefathers have not taken care of this earth properly, that's why we are facing these problems, okay? So, thanks Mr. Agastya for giving the nice definition, and maybe that's a good example, maybe in the schools it has to start from that. And also regarding the teamwork, I want to mention here, yesterday since yesterday I am observing since today morning how the ICMAI team is working. Everywhere, wherever I am going, okay, you please come, you please come, you please join, you intervene, and like a coordinator, the two girls who are also, thanks to them, they are also nicely coordinating this session. And I can able to see a very good teamwork. I think that teamwork definitely take this organization definitely to a different direction. I thought this was came to my mind when I am observing the things yesterday. That is a good thing. And also thanks to you for giving the, I can say some green leaf energy today morning walk. Okay. So we are all accustomed every day morning to going to the audit, to vehicle and all these things. At least like Sir has been told, there is some relaxation came here. Thank you so much. And coming to 2 points I want to address and go to the topic. Mr. Hanish sir yesterday talked a lot of things about the uh, government policies, what is the roadmap for the government to take for the sustainability, and what are the initiatives the government is taking up, how this they want to take up all these things aligning with the global standards and everything. So it shows that how the government is committed towards this sustainability activities, and it is a great pleasure to hear such type of things from the management point of view, especially the government. Definitely the other governments also, I hope, take initiatives by taking this initiative from the state and all. And also thanks to Dr. Murthy Garu, the way he has given a presentation, it is slightly different. I am surprised, okay, the sustainability can be mentioned in this way. The way he has linked to what is called some films, and he is also mentioning about what are the impacts, taking the live examples, whatever the things were happening. And some of the epics he has been mentioned, Ramayana, Mahabharata and all. So, thank you sir. I think it has given a different thought process for me to do that. And also Mr. Jitesh Chandra has talked about global warming, emission contributions, and especially what are the changes were coming up in the what is called in the marine sector and all. So that is also one of the good thing I can say. And especially for your state, the Kerala state, correct? So when I was going through the, normally whenever I will go to the respective place, my habit is I will go through the history of that place and what are the nearby places are there and all. Especially with respect to sustainability, maybe I can say when I am looking all the things, your state, I can call it as a sustainable state, okay? Because you have lot of biodiversity related, what is called biodiversity related things. Especially you have a good flora fauna, and you have good biodiversity hotspots, you have good beaches, you have Western Ghats, and also you have got good wildlife sanctuaries and everything. And in addition to that, extension to Dr. Murthy Garu, who is mentioning that on the spiritual front, also when I am looking that this we'll call it as a God's own country. Normally people will call it as a God's own country. When I am looking that starting from birthplace of Adi Shankaracharya, how this place came up through the, when Mr. Parashurama has thrown the axes, how this state has been came up, okay. So like that there are so many things what I can able to see that now it is a really a great challenge for all of you. Whatever the things are there, how we will be going to take care of, how we will be going to take care of this nature and sustainability and all. So that's all I want to just touch upon before doing this. And now I am going to the topic on the ESG reporting, assurance and data integrity. So everyone has talked a lot about the ESG. I will not much discuss on this, just touch upon and I will move to the next slides. So I am trying to cover, these are all the topics. What is the ESG definition? Maybe what are the benefits? What are the objectives of this ESG reporting and importance? What are the challenges and strategies will be going to be have? And what are the reporting frameworks we have? And also what is the assessment and verification methodology? And what is the data integrity? And how these ISO standards we can able to align with respect to the your what you called ESG achievements and all. So I did some correction yesterday because based on whatever your state initiatives they are taking and all. So some of the things have been covered in this. Can you adjust it a little bit? Yeah. ESG is environmental, social and governance, correct? Everyone we have discussed yesterday, okay? So, in order to monitor this ESG activities and all, we all need some framework, okay? In other way, we can say that we require some procedure or something that, okay, this is the way we'll be going to be do this, like yesterday sir has shown some presentation. This is the way we want to take up our ESG activities in our state and everything. So here also there is a framework is required. Why this framework is required is, in the business there are so many stakeholders are involved in this business, correct? So in your business you have your clients, your suppliers and your competitors, and there are so many people are there. So in order to take care of the stakeholders and bringing the transparency with respect to whatever the ESG activities performing at your organization, at least this framework will be helpful to them by giving the sustainability report openly outside this one, transparently putting outside. So then you can able to demonstrate that how my organization is taking care of that. Through that, your stakeholders are also get a confidence on this. So first one is we are talking about the environment, social and governance. So environmental is one thing is how best we can use our resources, whatever the existing resources we have, how best we can use those resources, how optimum we can best use of those resources and all, and through that we can take care of the environment. You all know that how many earths we have? Only one, correct? So we have only one earth, so we have to take care of that. Next, coming to social part, how we are treating our customers, how we are treating our supply chain partners, and how the community, in and around community, how we are going to be taken up, how employees we are going to be taken up, and what is the diversity and working conditions we are taking up and all. And coming to governance part, especially business ethics, how the ethics we are following in our business process, our leadership, how they are committed towards the sustainability, and how this strategy will be following, and how the remuneration and internal controls, means we are giving the uniform remuneration with respect to the each gender we are giving or not and all. So these are all the things will be taken care of that, because once if you are going to taken up this ESG and everything, your accountability become very highest, and definitely you will be going to fulfill all the social responsibilities, and then there is a good business growth, because you are very transparent in that when you are following these sustainability practices and everything, definitely the cost and everything will be going to be controlled. Your image in the outside the world will be going to be increased. Through that you can able to do the things in a more better manner. And one more important point is, today in the world we are talking mainly about decarbonization. How the emissions will be going to be reduced, that is our main aim. Today sir is talking about net zero and other things, means by what time we will be going to reduce our carbon emission to zero and all. So for that actually this will be going to be helpful. And this term ESG is started in sometime in the year of 2004, means almost all 21 years before. So this term has been started. Now some of the benefits, if you are looking into this sustainability, ESG, this one, you have a sustainable economy, and definitely you will be going to maintain the environmental parameters, whatever it is there within the environmental parameter limits, and you have a very good strong health and society, and promoting good awareness across the organization and all. And other thing is, one is your company image will be going to be improve, your competitive edge compared with other competitors, definitely clients will come to you. One thing I want to mention, I will give a small example. For example, there is a water bottle is in front of you, so or any product. Earlier people are going through that based on the pricing. What is the pricing? Okay, so they will be selecting the supplier based on L1, L2 and L3 basis. Okay, so if whoever the people gives a less cost, then they will take it out. But today, one more important element what all the clients are looking is, what is the carbon intensity of your product? Okay, if I want to manufacture so-and-so pen or bottle or whatever it is there, what is the carbon intensity per product? So that is called, we'll call it as one of the assessment is product carbon footprinting. We'll do that, and through that we can do that. So that way actually whoever the organization is having a less emission level, definitely the clients will go to there. And the risk will be going to be mitigated because we will do a lot of risk mitigation activities here as a part of this. I will be going to explain in the coming things. And definitely you will be going to get some good funds from other countries also to enhance your business. And your cost will be going to eliminate by reducing all this ESG, whatever the deviations and everything you have. And one more important point is you can have a better stakeholder. Everyone knows that what the organization is doing that. And definitely once you have written something, for example, accountability means whenever the report is organization is preparing, the top management will give their direction also in the report, their directors or chairperson and all. Means if they are giving something, means they are accountable to act on that and see that how best they can able to work upon on that. And next one is about the commitment. It is not only that making the report or something. Once the report has been done, it is a commitment from the management that they will be going to take up. And next one is, it will be easy for us to have a decision making, because whenever this data is readily available with us, emission data or any other data is available, we can able to take a decision making easily. And one more important point is compliance to legal requirements, legal and other requirements. If the organization not going to take up this legal compliances, definitely it will be going to have a legal liability to the organizations also. So that way actually this legal requirements compliance also taken care by performing this reporting process. Why we required this ESG reporting? What is the importance of this ESG reporting is, number one is you can attract your investors and then access for the capital. And risk management, you can able to reduce the risk by taking care of the risk assessment, by adopting the mitigation plan and contingency plan. And there should be a competitive advantage and brand reputation. And talent attraction and retention, when these things are happening, definitely today everyone is looking sustainability become one of the emerging market in the society. So everyone, if the organizations are performing, and there are a lot of openings are also going to be coming up because of the business requirements and all. And next one is your operational efficiency will be going to be improved, and innovation will plays a important role. Why that innovation plays an important role is there are a lot of technologies were coming up, a lot of things were coming up. In that case, how best we can make our process more effective and all. And last one is you can have a best stakeholder engagement process. Now, what are the challenges we are facing in the reporting process? One thing is there is an inconsistency in the reporting process. Why that inconsistencies is every organization having a different frameworks, okay, depending upon the business requirements and all, or maybe lack of awareness to the people, that's why the reporting may not be effective and all. And the next important point is we want to collect the data. If you want to report the ESG reporting, if you have a 30, 40, 50 sites are there, everywhere you have to go and you have to collect the data, you have to collate the data, reporting the data, maybe movement of the people from one side to other and everything. So the cost is also very much involving in this. And next one is lack of standardization. That is also one more thing is having a challenge for the sustainability reporting. And coming to other strategies is, it is always better to have an integration. So that I am going to discuss how these standards going to be integrated. And second one is, you should have a better stakeholder engagement. Okay, the stakeholder engagement is, why stakeholder engagement is required? Any idea? Why in the sustainability report we are talking about stakeholder engagement? What is stakeholder engagement? Any idea? Stakeholder engagement? Participation? Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Supply chain and all. Yeah. Anyone from this desk? Yeah, correct. Stakeholder is whoever the persons are part of your business. Okay? Stakeholder is whoever the persons to be part of your business. Starting from your employee, your suppliers, your competitors, your customers, and everyone, whoever the people are part of this, we need to do a stakeholder engagement. Okay? So, there is a methodology I will be going to explain next slide. So, what we will do is we have to collect the information from all the people. We have to brainstorm whatever the things are there, and after that we have to notify all the points, whatever the points have came up. So, those points how supposed to be taken care in my business. So, then only your stakeholder will be part of your business. Otherwise, he says that you are not, I am saying that you please take care of the climate and everything, but you are not bothering about that. If there is any climate related risk comes, then he will be going to become a problem. So, that is why stakeholder engagement is one more point to be taken up, more important. And next one is technology utilization. That is very much important today. Today you all aware that we are having AI and other things, how fast the things are happening today. So, how best the organization going to making the adaptability, like yesterday someone was mentioning, sir, I think last session, change and adaptability. If you are not going to change with respect to current scenario, definitely you will be redundant. Okay? One of the classic example earlier was Nokia. Okay? They have not made changes with respect to the current changes, they have problems also. So, that is why with respect to current changes, how best the organizations is moving forward is very much important. So, these are all the, some of the things will be going to be have a challenges and strategies we have to take care. There is a term called materiality. This is very much important. Everyone please pay attention. Materiality is one of the important element in the reporting process. Okay? Earlier we are having only one materiality, that is called single materiality earlier, but today we will be calling it as a double materiality. Okay? So, if you are looking this diagram in a simple way, I can say that first one is what are the ESG metrics impacts on the company. So, what are the ESG metrics we are talking about, that what is the impact is going to be happening on this, that is called the single materiality. And coming to double materiality, it is not only related to ESG metrics impact on the company, but at the same time company's impact on the environment. Okay? This is the both the sides, you please understand very clearly. First one is whatever the ESG metrics are there, because of that what is the impact is going to be happening, that is if you can do that, then that is final. But coming to here, company's impact, because of the company's operations and everything, what is the impact is going to be happening on this. Okay? So, yesterday one of the points sir was mentioning about the financial part, financial implications and everything. So, when we are looking into this, if you go to the double materiality, that is also one of the element will be going to be reviewed, because what are the company's impact. If suppose like sir has mentioned nicely the example about the British Petroleum and Bhopal gas and all, because of that what is the impact is happened to the environment, and what is the cost to the company. Okay? So, that is the way actually when we are looking that this materiality is very much important here. Maybe diagram. Okay. So here, when you are looking that here, investors and shareholders only applicable in the single materiality, but coming to double materiality, you have your other stakeholders are also in the business. So why we'll do this materiality? The materiality reason is simple, like when I am talking about the stakeholder engagement. When the stakeholder engagement, how we'll do is, there are different ways and means to conduct this stakeholder engagement. One of the methodology is we'll send a Google form to all the stakeholders, whoever the people are there is a questionnaire, and then we'll collect the data on the environmental factor, social factor, governance factor and everything. Second element is we'll be going to have a one-to-one interaction and understand what are the compliances and everything. Once everything has been done, we will make a matrix. Which are the parameters are impacting more, that is high, medium and low. We will categorize into that, and based on that one, the organization is going to decide which are the parameters will be going to attack maybe in the 26 or maybe 27 and that one. So that's why we'll call it as materiality is very much important to understand the organization's sustainability reporting. Based on that one, the assessment process will be going to be started. Now coming to frameworks, okay, ESG framework, we will call it as environmental, social and governance. In the environmental, we will be talking about the climate change strategy, biodiversity, water efficiency, energy efficiency, carbon intensity, environmental management system. And coming to social, what are the equal opportunities we are giving, what is the freedom of association, health and safety, human rights, customer and product responsibility and child labor. And coming to governance, business ethics, compliance board independence, executive compensation, stakeholder democracy, bribery and corruption. So these are all the elements what will be going to be covered as a part of the ESG frameworks. You can see that how many frameworks are there. There are good number of frameworks here, like BRSR, GRI, SASB, then TCFD, then integrated reporting. These are all some of the reporting frameworks. And again, there are some rating frameworks, like some of the organizations will do the assessment and they will give the rating, like EcoVadis, Bloomberg, DJSI, Sustainalytics, MSCI, these are all the tools. And there are some accreditation related standards also, like a AA1000 and all. And in addition to that, there are some global goals and principles on the global perspective, like GRI, PRI and sustainable SDGs. Yesterday Sir was mentioning about the SDGs and all. Those are all the things will be part of these frameworks. I will just quickly touch upon these frameworks and I will go to the next. GRI is a global reporting initiative standard. It is wherever the people are working at a global level, actually this GRI is very much important. And this GRI is covering mainly on the 5 principles. One is universality, materiality, stakeholder inclusiveness, and compatibility and reliability. So there are different standards in this. There is GRI 1, 2, 3 and then 201, 301 and other things that we will going to discuss. So universality is the standards you can apply to any organization. Okay, any organization is size of the organization or sector or geography worldwide, anywhere you can use this GRI standard. And materiality you required, just now I have been mentioned about which are the topics we will be going to be selected. Based on that one, the things will be going to be discussed. And then stakeholder inclusiveness, like what we have discussed about the stakeholder. Comparability, maybe you can make a comparison with other standards also. And then talking about the reliability. So reliability means how your report is more accuracy, consistency and everything will be talking about the what is called how reliable your data and everything will be talking about the reliability part. These are all some of the disclosures in the GRI. In the GRI, one is the disclosures means what are the things supposed to be submitted along with that. Coming to GRI 1, foundation, you don't require any disclosures in GRI 1 and sector specific standards. Okay? But coming to other standards like GRI 2, 3 and this one, you require a general disclosures. GRI 2 is mainly talks about the your organization. What is your organization? How many sites you have? What is the nature of the operations and everything will talks about the GRI 2. And GRI 3 is talking about what are the material topics the organization is going to be touch upon on this. So there are few changes in the GRI standard recently. There is a requirement in GRI 102 and 103 mainly talks about the climate change and energy. There are few changes in this and the organizations has to be taken up. These changes were happening with respect to the decarbonization process. With respect to decarbonization, how the organization is going to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, and the same way the energy is also going to be taken up. It was not explicitly mentioned in the previous standard, and in the current standard it has been mentioned. These are all some of the differences between the old standard and new standard. Earlier there are no specific standards, but now there are some sector specific standards are there. So compulsory you need to adhere to those requirements and all. And the requirements with respect to 200, 300 and 400, like there are different requirements in this. One beauty of this GRI standard is every disclosure or every requirement, again they will mention the sub disclosures also. What are the requirements to be mentioned? And including the unit of measurements. Okay, for example, energy is supposed to be mentioned in the gigajoules, water to be mentioned in so and so, something like that. Okay. So 200 is mainly talks about economic part, 300 is mainly talks about environment, and 400 is mainly talks about the social part. These are all the different frameworks what I am talking about that. One is GRI framework, it is what we have been discussed. And these are all the framework like GRI, SASB and everything is talks about the impact on whatever the materialities you have been discussed. Coming to CDP is carbon disclosure product is mainly talks about the environmental impacts. And what these people will do is every organization they will apply for this CDP and they will get a ratings also like gold, silver, what is called bronze and all these things now based on the rankings. So that rankings will be very much useful and that will indicate that how the organization is complying to the requirement of the ESG. Okay. And TCFD framework is where the people are working especially in the US and other countries, especially on the financial part. Can you just? So next one is science-based target, SBTi. This is one of the important terminology everyone is talking about that. Yesterday, Sir was mentioning that how best we can take care of our overall emissions and everything, temperatures especially. It's supposed to be below 2 degrees centigrade and all. And even today, Government of India is also supposed to be mentioned what is our target going to be happen. Okay. So other countries, they are already giving the disclosures and statements and all. And same way, there is a global network wherever the other countries people are working on the financial part, PRI is applicable. DJSI is also one more agency will give the ratings to the organization. There is a score of 0 to 100. Out of that, compliance to ESG requirement, they will give the percentages also. These are all the other frameworks, especially this MSCI and EcoVadis, and these are all the things talks about the sustainability ratings. And first one, MSCI is mainly on the financial part, and Moody Analytics is mainly talks about the environmental risk and other risks and all. So like that, you have a different frameworks. Depending upon your business requirements, you have to choose which type of framework is suitable for us, and according to that, you have to adopt those framework into your sustainability reporting part. So there is one more requirement called UN Global Compact. So this is covering 10 principles mainly on the human rights, labor, environment, anti-corruption, business ethics, supply chain and everything. So these are all the requirements. It is almost all aligned to whatever the normal sustainability report requirements and all. This is one slide may be useful. That's what yesterday sir was talking about, how these sustainable development goals to be aligned to ESG. You have 17 sustainability development goals. So these are all the things what I have been mentioned, how this each goal will be going to be aligned to this. And one more important point I want to mention, last time I was attended as one of the jury person for British Parliamentary Committee. Some discussions were happening. Lot of students came from the different organizations, lot of industry people came, and each and every SDG goal, they are giving their presentation to us, how they want to take up, what are the recommendations they have and all. Especially the students like these two girls. So the people came from the different places. Even I can able to see there is a boy, he is having around, he is studying 9th class or 10th class. Okay, he came and given his recommendations. So our job is to see that which are the recommendations are perfectly going up. We'll select the people, that batch, and their recommendation will take it up, and those recommendations will go to British Parliamentary Committee. They will review that and they will be going to adopt as a part of this sustainability report standards whenever they are making that. So that type of what is called background work is happening when the standards were developing that. In addition to that, in India there is a TIC Council. The TIC Council is also one of the agency looking what are the things are happening in the certification, how best they can do that. These are all the initiative goes again to Quality Council of India and Government of India's. So based on that one, they will be going to make the regulations and all. So this is what I am talking about, that yesterday sir was mentioning about ISSB. So these are all the now they want to bring all the things into one platform. Okay. Like I have talked about CDP, I talked about integrated reporting. So now these are all the things they want to bring it in one umbrella of IRFS, and then again this TCFD and GRA bring it into one, and finally everything they want to bring it into the ISSB. So one organization have a better control on overall perspectives. So then if you are looking into the journey of this ESG, last 30 years, how this journey has been started with ISO 14001, then CDP, then there are SASB, and there are so many things, and now finally we came to this ISSB and all. So that way actually the transformation is happening over a period of time, but it is very fast, not at the slow level, but the things are happening in the more fast track manner. This is one of the agency, when I am looking that ISSB is one of the pioneer for the future sustainability reporting. As of now, this is not accepted by anyone, but it is under the discussions and all, and that framework development and all are happening. There are two types of IFRS 1 and 2. IFRS S1 is mainly talking about sustainability related risks and opportunities, and 2 is mainly talking about the climate related risks and opportunities. So through that they can be able to evaluate and want to take it forward. So this is the same way like ISSB and all. There is one more thing is also called Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive. This is also one of the requirement is coming up for the organization to comply. Few of the organization, not every organization, like today I am doing one of the assessment for the CSRD for TVS Motors. So they are also have a requirement specifically on the CSRD compliances and all. Not in India, but in other part of the countries we have, and I am also one of the certified practitioners for the CSRD and all. Now coming to in India, we have one of the regulator and standards supposed to be followed called BRSR. Okay, Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report. So when we are looking that this BRSR framework is formed on the different frameworks considering the guidelines of national guidelines for responsible business conduct, ESG governance, business responsibility and support, and they also took the references of sustainable development goals and UNGP and GRI and all. These are all the things they have been taken into consideration and this framework has been formed. So when you are looking into this here, environmental part like resource usage, air emission, waste management, extended business responsibility, that's what Mr. Hussain was yesterday talking about that. And these are all the things about environmental. And coming to social part, human capital management, diversity, community and consumer. And coming to governance, transparency, anti-bribery, corporate governance and risk management. So these are all the different things has been covered as a part of the BRSR. It is taking care of all the requirements of ESG also in this reporting. So this is one of the requirement for the BRSR. It is a mandatory now. By 25-26, all the top 1000 listed companies compulsory has to go for this BRSR without any deviation. And in the BRSR again there are some core assurances also. So those things will be taken care by 500 listed entities. So there are no deviations as of now. It has to be complied by all the listed companies, whatever the companies of 1000 entities and all. These are all the 9 principles. Every standard is having their own principles. Here we are talking about 9 principles. One is ethics and governance, and next one is product responsibility, employee well-being, stakeholder engagement, human rights, sustainability, public policy, inclusive development and consumer responsibility. So these standards will give a very much transparency how the organization is performing, how the organization is moving from one stage to other stage and all. So when you are looking this BRSR, there are 3 sections in this. One is a general disclosures, one is a management and process disclosures, and third one is a process-wise performance disclosures. And again these disclosures has been classified into 2. One is a essential and one is a leadership. Essential means compulsory the organization has to comply. There is no deviation. Okay. Leadership definitely okay. But the only thing is even we have seen in some of the organization they are able to do lot of things but they don't want to disclose. Okay. And some people says that TK we have some leverage, why I have to do it now, I don't want to disclose now, maybe I will disclose in some part of the time and all the things. If you see this slide, can you just make it slide? When we are looking into this BRSR standard, these 9 principles, every principle we have a multiple standards we can go for the assessment process. Okay. For example, first one is when you are talking about that, there is just 3 standards will be applicable here. 37,001 is anti-bribery management system, 31,000 is a compliance management system, and the last one is ISO 31,000 is talks about the your risk management process. So every principle have a multiple standards and multiple requirements they can able to comply if you follow the BRSR. For example, if you are looking the sustainability and safe products and all, there you will have a GHG, there is a product carbon footprinting, life cycle assessment and EPD and all. Coming to supply chain process, yesterday sir was mentioning about the supply chain is going to a important role and all. So there is a 2 standards in the supply chain process that is called ISO 20400 will talks about the sustainable procurement process. How your procurement process to be more sustainable. So there is a methodologies and everything has been given. And one more thing sir was touching upon yesterday is about the what are the supply chain disruptions will be going to happen, how the organization is going to be taken up. Today most of our supply chain activities, if you are looking that, these are all the things are happening through the your SAP and everything, your process, purchase orders and everything. If tomorrow something is going to be happen, what is your supply chain breaks, what is going to be happen? Okay. So for that there is a separate standard also came up called ISO 28000, supply chain resilience procurement process. Okay. In India it is not going up much, only one organization, maybe for my knowledge we have been certified, and last 2 months before I was there in Calcutta for one of the company called Himadri Chemicals. This is the first company we have been certified, and now a lot of pharma companies and other companies are coming up for this supply chain resilience process. And now coming to respect stakeholders and all, there is a materiality assessment and stakeholder engagement. And one point I want to touch upon here is these materiality assessments the organizations are doing once in a 2 years or 3 years, or sometimes it may be going late, but if they can do it once in a year at least, they will have a better. Now coming to human rights, that is one more important point. Now because of this sustainability report, the assessors like us, we are asking what is your how human rights you are going to taking care, how you are taking care of human rights due diligence and all. That process has been started now. Now we are working with a lot of organizations, like we are working with Bangalore Airport and other airports and other companies, how the policies has to be deployed and other elements also. And next one is we will be talking about the environment and biodiversity. There are different standards. Biodiversity will be going to get a new standard in the over coming days. And coming to social responsibility, there is a SA 8000 standard. And now coming to corporate social responsibility. See, today most of the organizations are doing lot of CSR activities. Okay. But one important element is what is the impact of that CSR? That very few organizations are doing that. So that is very much important today. The organizations has to look into that. That process needs to be started and all. In addition to that, for the compliance management and all, there are different standards came up. Like ISO 10002 is talking about customer complaint. Sir? Yes. No, as a part of BRSR and GRA, they are asking that what is your requirements, how you are going to comply. They have to mention that. As a part of that, impact assessment is also one of the requirements. They have to address it in that. So the point is, yeah, yes. It is one of the requirement to be mentioned there. Okay. So again, I have been, for the benefit of the audience, I have been again how GRA you have been linked. Even BRS are also going to be linked. My request is who are the sustainable professionals here and want to go further and everything, please go through all the sustainable development goals once, and you can look into the linkages, how best we can do that. When I am looking the sustainable development goals, for one of the meeting like I am going there, when it has came a thought process that when I am looking each and every sustainable development goals, there is a huge business opportunity. If I want to convert that in terms of training or in terms of standard or something, every sustainability development goals have a huge impact, and people should understand there are so many supplementary requirements in this that will be going to be very much helpful. Okay. So that's why we'll say that the sustainability, somebody was mentioning yesterday, it has to, I don't know, some of the family members are there. So it has to start from home. I'll give one of the example in my home. One day, Saturday actually, I'm having a holiday, I'm sitting in the home. I got a, what is called, courier, what is that? Flipkart, something, I don't know. Someone I got a courier. Then he told me, sir, courier and all. Then when I checked that, my wife has placed some order and all. Then I kept it there. Once she came back from office, then I asked, what is this and all. Then she told me, okay, you please open it. Instead of opening me, you please open it and see. Then I saw that some chemicals, some solutions and all are there, and some cloth type, something is there. Then I asked, what is this? Then she told me, every day in the house, you are maybe 1 or 2 times I might be in the home attending some work from home calls and all. You are a sustainability person, okay, let me see how best I can be sustainable in getting the things. He searched the products of sustainability and everything and using in the home for the cleaning the utensils, or maybe earlier we are using lot of cloths and tissue papers and everything. She bought some sheet, some cloth, something type. It has been made with bamboos and all. That one sheet, small piece like a tissue paper, it will come for 100 cleanings in the kitchen. Okay. So that way, if you are looking these practices, definitely it will be going to have a impact here, and everything is going to have an impact here. Now going to other part, assessment, verification and reporting process. It will not take much time. Whenever we are going for the assessment process, first what we'll do is we'll ask them that first send your data. Whatever the data they have, we'll ask them to send the data. We'll have a desktop review from our side. We'll check the data, everything, and then if any clarification something are there, we'll discuss with the client. If everything fine, then we'll go for the on-site assessment. And we'll do the on-site assessment where whatever the findings are there, that findings will be going to given it to them. And again, they have to address whatever the corrective actions for that. If any data mismatchment something is there, they have to correct the data, and again they have to resubmit the data. And also there are any deviations in the sustainability report, that corrected sustainability report also needs to be done. Once this report has been given, then we have to review the responses and clarifications. If everything is fine, then we'll issue the independent assurance statement by the technical reviewer who is doing the performance. And in addition to that, there is one more deliverable we'll be going to give, and it is called management letter. So that management letter is mainly talks about the strengths and opportunities for improvement, how the organization is going to be taken up and all. So that is the way this process will be going to taken it up. And ESG assurance, I have already discussed what is the importance and everything. I will go to the next slide. So this assurance engagement process is something like that. We need to have a effective planning. If there is no effective planning, then we cannot able to do it. Some of the organizations having 100 sites, maybe local India sites, sometimes we have a global sites and all. There is a lot of what is called things needs to be happen. So that coordination is required. So planning is very much important. Then we have to collect the evidence gathering. Next, evaluation on reporting process. Then again you have to do the communication and follow up. So we have some of the areas we can we have to define the what is the scope, what is the criteria to be taken care by. Means whenever we are going for the assessment, we have to be clear what we supposed to be done, which are the standards need to be assessed and all. So this is the same thing what I explained in the slides, earlier slides. So I am skipping this. There are two standards. One is AA1000 is one standard, he is having the accreditation. Other than that, there is no specific accreditation. AA1000 is also required some requirement, and now they put one more clause that, now they have put one more clause saying that compulsory one of the AA1000 qualified assessor to be part of this. Okay. And ISA 3000 is one of the standard will be going to be taken up. That is one of the reference standard for doing the assessment process. So there are two types of assurances when we are giving that limited and reasonable assurance. Limited means we have a very limited samples will be going to be taken up, maybe 30 to 40% of the sample. Coming to reasonable, definitely will be going to take up more than 95%, something like that. And that way actually these assurances will be given to them. Wherever the company is going to be reasonable assurance means we can say that that company is a very matured organization in terms of the implementation of the sustainable practices. Now coming to the last topic, I am talking about the data integrity. If the data quality and data integrity, there is a difference. So the data quality is how best these attributes, whatever you are mentioning, how that much very much accurate and all. And coming to data integrity is whenever you are presenting the data to be very much accurate. If there is any deviations or wrong data you are projecting, definitely will be going to have an impact. That's what yesterday sir has given for 2 examples in his presentation also. So these are all some of the core principles: accuracy, completeness, consistency, and timeliness. And the importance is, if the data is wrong, definitely it will be going to have an impact. Especially one important point is, if you go for a decarbonization, if the data is wrong, definitely the organization has to put more efforts to reduce this emission levels and all these things. So the data integrity is very much important. These are all some of the challenges is the organizations are working at a different places and different countries and all, then it will be going to have a challenge. Especially when I am doing some of the assessment for the geolocations, the awareness levels are very minimal at that locations. The people are not aware, people are not accessible. So such type of problems are available, and standardization is one of the problem. And today still we have not come to the automated documentation and all. Still some companies have been started, not all the companies. Still manual Excel sheets and all are going through that. That is going to have a problem that. And greenwashing risk is also that in order to showcase their positive image and all, sometimes there is a wrong data. Such type of things are also happening that. So these are all some of the data collection and management strategies, data governance policies, standardized data inputs, personal training and accuracy and all. These are all the best data practices. Automate your data by means of some software tools and all. And your data analysis platform supposed to be done. And you need to have a strong governance mechanism, and you need to have a centralized database, and you have to do a periodical audits of your database and all. These are all the standards. Just you can go through that, how you can align, like environment 144040, 14067, 50001. Social, you have a different standard, 26,000, 45,000, 30414 for the human capital reporting. Governance, just now I have discussed. And one more important is, to take care of the data integrity, data breaching, there is a standard called 27001, there is a 2701718 and all the standards. This is 27,000 overview about the social responsibility. Maybe I'll skip this. And there is a standard I have mentioned about 20,400 and 28,000. What are the main differences here? Maybe you can go through these standards and all. So this is what circular economy, one thing sir was mentioning yesterday, how the circular economy taken care. There is a standard here, there is standard called 59040, there is a standard is available. There is a SDG 12 goal is also available here. This standard just came up recently, 59004 is the standard. So this standard will be very much helpful over a period of time. So these are all the different families of these standards. And there are some other standard, like yesterday somebody was talking about the tourism and all. There is a one more standard called tourism 21401, global tourism. That is very much useful to the organizations and all. That way you can say that you can integrate your what are the sustainability requirements to the different standards, different activities and all. That way you can take it forward. Okay. These are all the things. Thank you very much for giving this time, and maybe it is a detailed session. Thanks for bearing me. Thank you.
Think for a second what truly empowerment means. For underscoring on the various benefits of integrating ESG in business, the objectives of ESG reporting, the challenges business face in effectively reporting on ESG, the frameworks, ESG assurance process and standards, and data integrity, their challenges and best practices. We have all definitely gained valuable insights that are central to long-term value creation and sustainable business strategy. I request CMA Babu KM, Senior Member of Cochin Chapter, to honor our esteemed speaker with a token of our gratitude and appreciation. Thank you, sir, once again.